Now, I want to highlight our event's generous sponsors and extend a huge thank you to our gold sponsors, Luther Automotive and Xcel Energy. Give them a clap, come on now. Our silver sponsor, Bremer Bank. And our bronze sponsors, AWH Architects, CenterPoint Energy, HealthPartners, J.E. Dunn Construction, Medica, Parsons Electric, Sunrise Banks, USI, and Winthrop and Weinstine. Thank you for helping make this event possible. Give them all a round of applause, please. Now, very soon we will have dinner. Look at those gorgeous desserts on your table. I have dibs on the fruit cup, letting you know that. And then we'll be back with a wonderful evening of entertainment, inspiring speakers, and the stories of lives changed that will probably inspire you to join me in supporting this incredible organization. Now, I am thrilled to introduce Minnesota's 50th Lieutenant Governor and her message delivered via video since she is unable to attend tonight's rescheduled event. So let's listen to our Lieutenant Governor right now. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan here. I know that many of us planned to be together back in February, but unfortunately, Minnesota's winter had other plans for us. But considering the weather we've experienced this winter, I'm especially grateful for Avivo's work to ensure that our unhoused neighbors have a safe and warm place to go. Housing stability is a top priority for the governor and me, because we know that every person deserves a safe and stable place to call home. The investments we're making in our housing and homelessness package are historic and transformational, because this work needs and deserves a significant investment. And nonprofits like Avivo get it. From providing access to treatment for individuals and families to increasing economic mobility for families living in poverty, Avivo has played a critical role in ending homelessness in Minnesota. It's up to all of us to determine what kind of state Minnesota will be. The governor and I will continue to stand with you in our shared commitment to end homelessness and support Minnesotans impacted by substance use and opioid disorders. Thank you for all of the good work you do on behalf of Minnesotans. Miigwech, and enjoy your evening.
Thank you to the Lieutenant Governor for sharing the impact of Avivo in the state and her meaningful words.
Avivo students find paths to these careers, and employers get to discover a diverse talent pool, and hard workers at that.
Avivo says it has outreach teams going tent to tent in the city's homeless encampments.
Making sure that folks are safe and trying to encourage them to come inside.
But Minnesota shelters are making the effort to bring them in from the cold. David Schumann visited Avivo Village in Minneapolis, where the staff went to great lengths to make this a special Christmas.
Need to shift the model. The model, for instance, that they provide at Avivo is one where they can kind of gather themselves, and that helps people to provide them with a foundation from which they can rise, and they can take the next step and get a job and fight off an addiction. That's a model that I want to replicate.
Please welcome to the stage recording artist and performer seen on NBC's The Voice and named Best Female Vocalist by City Pages, Ashley DeBose.
It ain't always gonna be sunny outside. Sometimes you find yourself smack dab in the middle of a dark cloud. That makes you stick around for a while. And while everybody's smiling, you find yourself wondering why it happened to you and only you, but never them. But right around the corner there It gets better, yeah, it gets better. To my single mamas working hard to provide, to my young brothers hustling trying to survive. Oh yeah, this is for my students worried about tuition, the tenants scraping up past the rent. And we know money ain't always the issue. Got heartache and heartbreak. I hate you, I miss you. And the loss of loved ones, 'cause the defense is hard living knowing you never see them. But right around the corner there's a place where you'll find yourself thinking, wow, if only I knew then what I know now. Yeah, it gets better. It gets better, it gets better, baby. It gets better, yeah, it gets better. It gets better, it gets better, baby. It gets better, yeah, it gets better. So hold on and let go. Nah, 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 nah. Hold on and let go of the nah, 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 nah. Hold on and let go. You ain't gotta worry about a thing. Hold on and let go of the pain. 'Cause right around the corner there's a place where you will find yourself thinking, wow, if only I knew then what I know now. Hey, it's better, better, it's better, it's better, it's better. Right.
Please welcome back to the stage, Reg. I forgot Chapman.
That song better than she actually wrote that song. Not only did she perform it beautifully, she wrote that song. And also I'd like to give a shout out to my brother Ryan Bynum on the keys, one of the most talented keyboardists that we have in this region. Both Ashley and Ryan are champions, so we celebrate them tonight as well. I want to tell you now the silent auction closes at 7:30, so be sure to make sure that your final bids to win the items that you want. And you got to watch out. Table 5 is very competitive, so they are doing what they can to make sure these bids go to the roof. So please bid high and bid often. Before I introduce Avivo's president and CEO, I was asked why I come back whenever I'm asked to come to Avivo to MC this event. And for you guys who don't know, this is personal for me. Back in the day before it was Avivo, it was resources. And I had a cousin to come visit me from Nebraska who had some substance use issues and some mental health issues. And it was a time for him, a dark time for him, where family can turn their back on people who have these challenges. He came to me. I had done a story with resources at the time and said, hey, why not knock on their door? And he did. He was courageous enough to make the first step, and the professionals, the staff at this organization, Avivo as I will call it now, stuck with him. And now, 15 years later, he's living on his own, he's working, and he has custody of his grandson. And it's all because of the dedication that Avivo has to make sure people can live their best lives. So the work you're doing is not in vain. It makes a difference in the lives of people and families, and I'm thankful for all of the work that you guys do. So, enough about me. It's my pleasure to introduce Avivo's President and CEO, Kelly Matter. Kelly.
What a surprise. That was awesome. Thank you so much. That was the first time I heard that story from Reg. He's been an amazing supporter and fan of Avivo, and Avivo is certainly a fan of yours, Reg. Yeah. Thank you all so much for being here. It is awesome to be with you in person and not after softly fallen 17 inches of snow if we'd been together a month ago. So thanks for sticking with us and coming out tonight. It's an honor to be here, and it's always an honor for me to share Avivo's story and a bit about the difference that we make in the lives of individuals and families in our community. This past year marked my 10th anniversary leading Avivo. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. But honestly, it's been the hardest year in my 30-plus year career doing this work. At Avivo, we have seen the desperation of the people we serve. We've seen our community struggle more than ever. We've seen our staff struggle more than ever because of that desperation. And honestly, it's heartbreaking. And we find ourselves in a place where we simply can't give enough, but we certainly try. The crisis of COVID has ended, but the COVID crisis, the impact of it has lingered in some communities more than others. Tonight, all of us at Avivo are proud to say that we are here, that we are still here fighting for our community. We continue to provide essential services in substance use recovery, in mental health recovery, in career training and employment, and helping people move from homelessness to permanent housing with their own keys and their own lease. And I'm not just speaking for myself when I say that we stand in awe and affection of the lives we serve every day and of the amazing Avivo team members that walk alongside our community and have an impact in their lives now and long into the future. I think it's safe to say there's not a harder working, more committed group of individuals than the 450 individuals that work at Avivo. And I know there's not many Avivo employees here tonight, but there's a crew of us. And I would love if we could recognize Avivo employees. Thank you. They deserve so much more than a raucous round of applause, but that is the best we can give them tonight. The journey we have been on at Avivo in the past few years has us digging really deep in understanding our own resilience as an organization. And as a result of that digging deep and looking at how we are hardwired and how we have been hardwired for over 60 years now, we are expressing the values of our organization in a different way. Our values have not changed. They have undergirded our work literally for decades. But I want to share those with you, let you in under the tent a little bit. We're just rolling this out and really owning how we live these values or these three principles. I've said it many times, but we're saying it more to each other. First and foremost, Avivo is an organization that believes deeply in the dignity of all people. Simply put, we walk alongside our community without judgment while offering our continuum of integrated services. We are exclusively inclusive. Our community knows that we will be there for them. Second, we extend a radical welcome. And if anyone but beads from Dialinda or Carol tonight, you might understand what that radical welcome looks like. But we provide spaces that are safe and inclusive and culturally relevant. There's power in living authentically, and we welcome all to live their lives authentically. If people are courageous enough to be their authentic self, they will be radically welcomed at Avivo. And finally, we lean into curiosity. We humbly embrace learning because we are a community of professionals seeking to advance the science, art, and life-changing impact of Avivo and the work that we do every day. In the face of these challenges, and there have been challenges, but in the face of these challenges, these values, our own hard work, and your support have empowered Avivo to achieve many things over this past difficult year. We serve nearly 10,000 individuals across our continuum of services. 10,000 people that needed us more than ever. 2,500 adults accessed substance use disorder and mental health treatment at a time when the opioid epidemic continues to kill way more many Minnesotans than it should. 1,100 parents moved off of welfare and into permanent employee, creating a better life for themselves and their family. And yes, thank you. And for so many of these mostly single-headed household families, many of them are also homeschooling their children. Many of them were caring for extended and family, and at the same time, found and worked with us for a better life for themselves and their children. And 1,250 people entered jobs that lead to careers at a time when our Minnesota labor market sure needs employees, speaking from experience. And as you saw in the video, Avivo's biggest area of growth is in our work around ending homelessness. 2,600 individuals in 2022 alone were supported to find and maintain housing. At Avivo Village, since opening, 12 babies were born. 12 babies were born to moms who wouldn't have gotten the care they needed to have a healthy baby. Yeah. And because of our work at Avivo Village, 127 individuals have keys and a lease of their own in permanent housing that were living in encampments. So our work is critical. It is needed more than ever. And organizations like Avivo, many of us have not come back from the pandemic at full capacity. The workforce demand that all of us as employers need continues to be an issue. And we continue to be here for Minnesota employers as well. And that is why Avivo does what Avivo does. And we are reimagining the Avivo Institute for Career and Technical Education to train our workforce for technology and green careers. In the last year, we've launched a partnership with Renewable Energy Partners on the North Side, which is providing training and education in the area of green jobs. We are also providing telecommunications training, and our graduates are graduating and getting living wage jobs that lead to high-paying careers. We are partnering with CenterPoint Energy to develop an HVAC training. Thank you, CenterPoint Energy, for being a sponsor this evening. And we're also partnering with Xcel Energy on a new training partnership on Lake Street. Avivo believes, yeah, thank you. And thank you, Xcel Energy, for being a sponsor. We believe in the power of education and training to transform lives, to give people the skills and the confidence that they need to succeed. We believe in the power of community. We believe in the power of giving back. And we believe in the power of supporting one another, just like all of you do, supporting Avivo. At Avivo, we've promised to be here for our community for over 60 years. We promised to be here for Minnesota families. And tonight, you decided to be here for Avivo. And I know there's many other things that you could be doing on what is probably our first beautiful Thursday evening in a very, very long time. So from the bottom of my heart and all of us at Avivo, thank you for choosing to spend your evening with us. It means the world to us. And thank you. You've been very generous to me up here as well. It means a lot. So now to the fun part. This is Night of Champions. So tonight is about celebrating and recognizing the real champions over the last year in their support for Avivo and our mission. And we would not fulfill our mission without hundreds, literally hundreds of partners that do this hard and important work with us. But tonight we get to recognize just 4. So I would like to invite Kathleen McClung, board member extraordinaire, to the stage to help with this next part. Kathleen gets music too. As Rex shared, they're instrumental in helping us advance our mission. Each year we recognize inspiring supporters. They give us an enormous amount of time and resources to advance our work and help people make lasting changes in their lives. I'll let Kathleen take the first award. There. Sorry.
Wow, great. Thank you, Kelly, so much. What an honor. And it is my actual honor and privilege to announce the winner of Avivo's 2023 Champion Award for Corporate Partner of the Year. This year's recipient is Capella University. Capella University has been a vital Avivo partner since 2018 when they introduced the Capella Fellows Program. This program was designed to advance the education of Avivo employees who are committed to mitigating social, economic, health, and racial inequities in our communities. Through this program, Capella has made a lasting impact on the health and well-being of our communities, and we are proud to have them as partners. To date, 7 Avivo employees have been awarded full scholarships for either a master's or doctoral program. These opportunities have led to clinically licensed practitioners who are well-equipped to carry out Avivo's mission, huge. Colleagues who have grown their skills in adult basic education, and recipients of advanced degrees in organizational leadership. Avivo team members have the opportunity to grow their careers and broaden the scope of their impact. We extend the deepest gratitude to Capella University for their unwavering support and commitment to Avivo's mission. Their dedication to our organization is a testament to their values and belief in our shared vision for a healthier and more equitable society. Congratulations, Capella University. We are proud to have you as our partner and look forward to continuing our work together to make a difference in the lives of those we serve. We invite Dr. Barbara Butts-Williams to come forward to accept the Avivo Champion Award for Corporate Partner of the Year.
Good evening. We don't have much to say other than thank you. It has been our honor to accept this award, and we know it's not enough. Our community has many needs, and we're here to stand by you, to do what we can to contribute to the wealth and health of our community. Thank you.
They really are an amazing partner. Next, we are happy to present the Avivo 2023 Champion Award for Partner of the Year. This award is presented to individuals or other not-for-profit organizations who demonstrate an extraordinary commitment to Avivo's mission by partnering with us to make a difference we could not achieve on our own. We are excited to present this year's award to the North Loop Neighborhood Association. Woo-woo! Since 2020, the North Loop Neighborhood Association has been a strong champion of Avivo's work to end homelessness. They have played an integral role in the success of Avivo Village in Minneapolis' North Loop neighborhood. Members have been warm and welcoming, sharing their interests, needs, and concerns with us as we opened our doors in their neighborhood. They partner with us to form a strong good neighborhood agreement, which has been essential in assuring that we operate in harmony with the community. They are committed advocates in the first line of contact for community concerns, always ready to engage with us and find ways to support our work. The North Loop Neighborhood Association has gone way above and beyond in their partnership with us. They've engaged their neighbors in volunteering, hosting donation drives, and community fundraisers to support Avivo Village. In partnership with Zamia Theater Project last year, they helped facilitate community dialogue on homelessness, bringing neighbors and Avivo Village residents together. Their partnership has been invaluable to us, and we are truly grateful for their amazing support. We look forward to continuing our partnership for many, many years. Please help me congratulate the North Loop Neighborhood Association on this well-deserved award as I invite North Loop Neighborhood Association Board President Diane Merrifield to come on stage.
It's truly our honor to accept this award. We are so grateful for our relationship with Avivo Village. When they came into our neighborhood, I think, 3 years ago maybe? I'm not sure if it was 3 years ago, something like that. And they have been a wonderful partner to our neighborhood. The neighborhood has embraced them, and we have enjoyed our great working relationship with them. So our thanks to them for that opportunity. And we look forward to continuing that relationship, continuing our partnership with Avivo and Avivo Village. And I want to recognize, too, a couple of our other board members who are here this evening. David Crary, and David is working directly with Avivo Village right now, developing a program where a partnership program, I don't know what that was, a partnership program designed to help us working with residents of Avivo Village to help us maintain our neighborhood. So we're very excited about that. It's a pilot program, and that's going to be kicking off April 1, and David is heading that up. Also tonight we have Erica Jones, who is also a board member and working with us with Avivo Village. So thank you so much for your support. We couldn't have a better relationship and a better partnership. Thank you.
Chase her down, Kelly. Congratulations. For our third award, I have the great pleasure of introducing the recipients of Avivo's 2023 Champion Award for Volunteer of the Year. This award recognizes the dedication and outstanding contributions of volunteers who have selflessly given their time and energy to support Avivo's work. This year, we are thrilled to honor two individuals, Annette Pulverdy and Lisa Haggard, as recipients of this award. Annette and Lisa have been regular volunteers at Avivo for the past 3 years. They have dedicated countless hours to keeping Avivo's clothing and donation closets operational in order to efficiently serve Avivo's participants' immediate needs. It's amazing. But their impact doesn't stop there. Annette and Lisa have also inspired goodwill in others by connecting their teen children's high school student leadership team to year-long service at Avivo and volunteering alongside them as mentors. They are true role models for the next generation of volunteers. In addition to their regular volunteering, Annette and Lisa have been a huge help to Avivo's Adopt a Family initiative, which I can tell you from personal experience, having worked at volunteer for this annual project is incredible. It really brightens the holidays for a lot of families in our metro area. They've sorted gifts and donors have purchased and delivered for Avivo participants and their children. They've truly become the hands and feet of goodwill, making a lasting impact on Avivo families. Their commitment to Avivo's mission and their selfless dedication to serving our community is truly remarkable. Annette and Lisa have shown us that volunteering is not just about giving time, but it's about giving of oneself, inspiring others, and making a positive impact in the lives of those around us. So on behalf of Avivo, I would like to extend our deepest gratitude and congratulations to Annette and Lisa. Their work is a true testament to the power of volunteerism, and we hope that their example will inspire others to serve and make a difference in the world. We invite you to come forward and accept these awards.
Lisa and I are truly honored to receive this award and the recognition of our volunteer work here at Avivo. But really, in turn, we are so grateful for Avivo and the opportunity it presents Lisa and I to really give back to others in our community. We value Avivo's holistic approach to serving others, which over the 3 years we volunteered, we've seen provide life-changing opportunities for families and individuals to live well again. Avivo and Brittany, who is our volunteer coordinator that we've worked with for the last 3 years, continually welcome us and really challenge and empower Lisa and I to take on more and more responsibility, which we love, and allow us to be role models for our kids. Thanks to Avivo's openness to sharing their mission, Avivo has partnered with our high school's student leadership team to help us in cultivating future stakeholders in our community and exposing our kids and students to many skills and causes that surround us. So we really thank Avivo for the opportunities that we've had to impact our community, to impact our family in ways that we could not do without them. So thank you.
Thank you. Finally, our fourth and final award recognizes the passion, dedication, and contributions of an outstanding individual has made a significant impact in helping propel Avivo's mission forward. And I don't use the word hero lightly, but this recipient is someone I consider a hero, and I'm not alone in saying that when it comes to this field of work and the impact that she has made. The 2023 Avivo Champion Award for Individual of the Year goes to former Minnesota House of Representative Alice Hausman. Yeah. Former State Representative Alice Hausman served in the Minnesota legislature for 3 decades, 1969, 89, sorry Alice, to 2022. It's a special honor, and leave it to me. Avivo and many others have been fortunate to have her as a champion, advocating on behalf of our work to increase well-being through recovery and career advancement while working to end homelessness. She is an absolute expert and champion in the areas of state bonding and advancing public and not-for-profit relationships and service results. As a highly regarded leader in the Minnesota House, Representative Hausman worked tirelessly as a chief author to advance Avivo's bill to secure bonding support for our much-needed campus transformation. No other legislature has had the level of commitment or made the difference that former Representative Hausman has in advancing essential services and affordable housing in our state. We are grateful not only for her work to support Avivo, but for the support of many nonprofit organizations and the entire state of Minnesota. She has shared her many strengths, her head, and her heart to make a real difference in the lives of people working hard for healthier, stronger futures. It is my absolute great pleasure to present this award to our dear friend and champion, Alice Hausman.
Thank you for so many things. For Avivo and its mission, I don't know if you had an opportunity to read all of those stories and words of inspiration that were flashing on the screen. We come here and are inspired yet again. To the staff who do the hard work, and one of my Avivo stories is about the people. I have lots of occasions to tell Avivo stories, and this is one I always start with. When you walk on the campus of Avivo, whether they're staff or residents, you are met with warmth and friendship and embracing you. They're happy to have you there. The people and the spirit and the inspiration that they give allow us to keep working hard on their behalf. And of course, all of you, partners in this work. And that's the important message. We need each other. We're partners in this work. We need each other to work together, to be inspired, and to always be part, and to never give up. That's how I usually end with that phrase. This is hard work sometimes, and there are some losses. But the thing is, if you know this is the right work for you to do, you never give up, and you look for another path if you can't get there. So thank you for all you do. Thank you, Avivo. I'm just so very grateful that I have the opportunity to be your partner in this work.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I welcome Reg Chapman back to the stage?
Applause. They are amazing, and we are forever in your debt. Now, I got a little treat for you. I get to welcome back to the stage the amazingly talented Ashley DeBose, this time with movement by Michaela Metzler, fresh in from New York City. And of course, Ryan Bynum on the keys. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll let them come forward in the way that they do best, showing us what champions really are. Ladies and gentlemen, again, Ashley DeBose.
Please welcome Michaela Brandon, dancer of Two Dance Company.
Broken down and tired of living life on a merry-go-round, and you can't find that fighter, but I see it in you, so we're gonna walk it out and move mountains. We gon' walk it out and move mountains. And I'll rise up, rise like the day. I'll rise up, rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. I'll rise up, high like the waves. I'll rise up, in spite of the ache. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you. Isn't quiet, and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe. I know you feel like dying, but I promise we'll take the world to its feet and move mountains. Take it to its feet and move mountains. I'll rise up, rise like waves. I'll rise up, in spite of the ache. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you. And for that we have each other. We will rise, we will rise, we will rise. Oh, we'll rise. Rise up, rise like the day. We'll rise up in spite of the ache. We will rise. I'll rise up, high like the waves. I'll rise up, in spite of the ache. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. Thank you. Michaela Brandon, Ryan Bynum, I'm Ashley DuBose. Thank you so much, Avivo. Oh, yes. I practiced that bow. Thank you.
That was incredible. Give them another round of applause, please, for Ashley and Ryan and Michaela. Thank you for sharing your talents with us. That was incredible. I'm not going to use my muscles today either. That's going to cost you a bottle of wine. Now, Avivo is a force for good in the lives of people in our community, and what makes the amazing work more personal is when we hear those personal stories firsthand, what it means to be helped by Avivo. Tonight, we are honored to have one of those people here in our presence. I would all ask you to please give a round of applause as Tisha Johnson, a former Avivo participant, comes to the stage. But first, we'll hear a little bit about her story.
I was born into addiction and stuff like that. My mom tried really hard to raise us a little different, but she was an alcoholic.
I actually committed and did a associate's degree in the culinary arts. As I was graduating, that's when the addiction stuff really started interfering with my life.
It is in the dead of COVID, and I'm out there still trying to get high. It got worse and worse. I couldn't stop. I just couldn't stop.
I was literally in the tent encampment that was across the street right here. I'm very faith-driven, and I just was praying to God one day, like, just, you know, take me out of this trouble that I'm getting into.
Ended up becoming homeless for about a month, lived in my car and at a friend's basement.
I was a totally different person, you know. Now I know what I have to do now, and I have to keep me safe and my daughter safe.
April 6th of 2019, I got arrested. I had the option of different places to go, and I was like, oh, I want to go to Avivo. Without Avivo, I'd have been stuck. I would have been in trouble.
I got to a point where I hadn't had a job for 10 years. I was struggling even getting interviews.
I started looking for some places, and then that's how I found Avivo.
So I came and they got me my first apartment. The treatment center itself is amazing. Like, the program that you go through, they teach you a lot of skills and things to do.
I'd always been interested in technology and computers. They connected me up with the training, with the type of career I was looking to have going forward.
I believe the housing through Avivo is very important for somebody's recovery. If I was on the street and didn't have that housing piece, I wouldn't have did it. I would probably still be out there.
I went from dealing drugs to going out and doing ministry now. Being able to just move into this nice apartment, from tent encampments to a little efficiency, but now I have a huge one-bedroom.
The combination of getting help, making those next steps, and being able to do that in a safe, supportive space was overall and all around very helpful. Through working with them, that's how I was able to find the current job that I do have.
Now I really want to concentrate. Now that I got myself back, I feel like, okay, I can do this, I can take on this. I want to open up my own family peer navigation program. I'll be working with, people who are living with HIV.
When I think about the future, I'm definitely going to be doing evangelism. I'm going to be continuously doing the outreach that I do. I'm going to go out into more encampments. My heart is for going into the deep trenches.
I'm able to invest in my future a lot more, and I can invest some of that time and money into the people around me that I care about.
The Tisha today, I could say, is a lot different. I've had every test that you can imagine, and I haven't broke yet.
Thank you. Thank you. So nice. Thank you so much.
So I'm going to share just a little bit about myself. I started, let me just back up. So I lived a normal life like everyone else. So I lived in Colorado for some years. I graduated from high school. My first bout with crack cocaine was through a family member. I was 21, 22 years old. Started my business with my mother. Always worked. The beginning of my addiction, I really didn't feel like I was addicted. I just felt like I was having fun, you know, like this was cool. Let's just keep doing it. No big deal. And then as the years grew, my addiction got worse. I figured, you know, if I would slow down a little bit here, slow down a little bit there, that, you know, I'll be fine. I was working, you know, I took care of my child, so I was okay. The one thing is I left Colorado, came to Minnesota in '96 thinking that was gonna make a difference and not really realizing that you could find crack cocaine anywhere, you know? So as with the addiction getting worse and worse and worse, but still in my mind, I felt like I was okay, you know, everybody does something, you know, nobody's losing anything. I haven't lost anything yet, so I'm good, you know, I can keep doing this. I ended up losing my children, my two boys, to the system because with my middle child, I'd had used the night before after I told myself I was stopping. And it was easy when somebody came over, started back up again, went into labor, boom, and now my children are gone. So that was really, really hard. So I kept using now, because now I had an excuse to use. Now, you know, I'm hurting, I'm feeling pain, I didn't want to think about the world, I don't want to think, period. So let me just continue and just keep getting high. When I lost my children, it was really a long road after that. So I then went to treatment to a different place, stayed there about a good 60 days. Then I went into their outpatient program, but as soon as I hit the real world and everything came back crashing down on me, so I started picking up and using again. After that, I kept going and going and going and going and going because I just could not face the pain of losing my children. How could I do that? What kind of mother are you? You know, a lot of people said, oh, you'll be fine and this and that. You know, each day it get easier. It didn't get easier. It got worse. My addiction got worse. Then I still managed to keep going, still, you know, pressing forward, still praying, like one day all this is going to end. And then I stopped again, and I said, okay, now I'm gonna get into good health. I'm gonna go to work out, I'm gonna do all these different things. So I went to start working out, got into a new place, went to start working out, then I ended up having this boil that I couldn't get rid of. And I'm like, why is this still here? And so went to the doctor several times, and then come to find out with all my mischief and, you know, just sleeping around with people just to get my drug at this time and point, I had contracted HIV, which I've been living with for 15 plus years now. That was really hard. So once again, back at it again. Let's just keep smoking. We want to make sure that I don't feel no pain, no nothing, because as long as I keep smoking, I don't have to worry about anything. So life went on. You know, I've always worked, you know, was using more, but I think the part that really got me was when COVID hit in 2020, I I believe I just lost my mind completely, because the person that I was at that time before coming into Avivo was horrible. Like, I was leaving my daughter with my mom, her dad, go on missions for days on end, didn't eat, sleep, drink, nothing. I just was out there. And I felt like, okay, but as long as I get up and go to work, and then I get a paycheck, then I go back out, and then, I'm gonna stop eventually, because, everybody stops. And it didn't work for me. It got to the point where my biggest supporter and my loving mother finally was just like, no, you can't keep doing this, And, it kind of hurt me, because it was just like, well, you've been here this long, and I've been getting high, so what is today? Why is today any different? So that kind of touched me, and then I was just like, well, maybe I need to start really looking at myself and see what is the problem. There's something in there that's keeping you doing this, And I just didn't even realize why. There was days that I would wake up and like literally tell myself, I am not smoking today. I'm not doing anything today. My brain was like, oh yeah, you are. You go ahead and you go to work, okay? But when you get off work, it's all gonna be right there for you. Matter of fact, if you go get it ahead of time, when you get off, you don't have to worry about it, So I was fighting the little demons in my head constantly, every day, but I knew that I wanted to stop. My health wasn't getting any better. I was skipping doses on my medication, for my HIV, wouldn't go to the doctors. Like, I was just a total mess. So because I used to always leave my daughter when I went on my missions, my one main goal was to find somewhere to where I could bring my daughter with me. Because I'm like, I did enough leaving her. I didn't want to leave her again. Even though I was going for a good reason, I didn't want to leave her. So, like I was telling some people this evening, I didn't even know where to begin, so I Googled it. So I said, find treatment centers in Minnesota that I could take my kids. And then Avivo popped up. So I called Avivo and was like, okay, do I really want to do this? So I went through the whole process, and then I'm like, yeah, they better say I could come in today. Otherwise, I'm not going. So I'm sitting there and I'm waiting, and then it's like, we don't have any beds. I'm like, ooh, okay. And it's like, well, you want me to put it on the list? And I'm like, I don't know. Then I was like, you know what? Yeah, put me on the list. And at that point, I had already made up in my mind, it's probably not going to work for me. But anyway, yeah, sure, no problem. So I got on the list. I think I had to wait maybe a month. I turned 50 that year, and it's just COVID was really bad, so I was really skeptical. It was like either I could die on the streets from COVID or from overdosing, or I can actually go in this place with my daughter and do something with myself. So when they called me, I made that decision, and I went into Avivo. And actually, to this day, I'm so grateful for Avivo. I started in their inpatient program, and I thought it was just a 30-day program, so I was ready to leave at the 31 day. And they was like, oh no, this is a 90-day program. And I was like, oh no, I'm not staying that long. So Mike, I'm giving you 30 days, that's it. And so after the first 30 days, my counselor was like, so Tisha, do you think we could get 30 more out you? I was like, yeah, let's try 30 more. And it was the best thing, the best choice I've ever made, because I went in there and I was able to close out the whole world and just concentrate on Tisha and my daughter. That was it. I didn't do anything else. You didn't talk to people. All you was in groups all day. Like, you had to work on yourself. I learned a lot about myself. I learned why I was sitting up there torturing myself all these years. They have a very good program, for mental health. So I got a lot of that out of the inpatient program. I ended up staying there 4 months. And then I graduated. All clean UAs. I'm so proud of that. And then after that, I went into the outpatient, the family program. And then when I got over there, just to have my own, I didn't have a key, but we had a code. But just to have that, you know, have my own place. I had my daughter with me, you know, I'm clean now 4 months, but now I'm out in the real world, you know. So it's like, whoo, what do I do now? But still kept going to programming each day while my daughter was still able to go to school. I mean, they just had everything so set up, you know. And so then I used to work in case management, and I had very stressful jobs. In 2020, with COVID, didn't make it any better. So I knew right then and there that I did not want to go back to that field of work. It's too stressful. And I didn't want no stress to make me want to use again. So I then found the Avivo school. So I was like, okay, so I'm gonna change my whole profession. So I went to their school for medical office support, and I ended up graduating from there. And then shortly after that, I graduated from the outpatient program. So now I've got my schooling down, and I'm graduating the program. So now I'm in the process of trying to find me a home for me and my daughter, and a job, of course. Everything just kind of fell in place. But there's been many a days where I was just like, I don't think I can do this. Like, this is a lot of work trying to stay sober. It's easier just to go out and get high, but it's so much work trying to stay sober. But I did it. And so I ended up finding a job working at Entire Family Clinics, where I'll be there 2 years coming up in October. I am now thank you. I am now a trainer in my department, so I train all the new people coming in. And then I found the job, started working the job, and then now the next task was to find a home. That was so hard, you know, just really hard, because I had a judgment. And of course, we all know they don't want anything on your credit. It's got a lot of things just to get into a place. So that was the one thing that was holding me back. And I called this one place, and the lady was like, well, you passed everything else, but I can't let you in because you have this judgment. She was like, but just hold on, and you know, just wait a minute, let me make some phone calls, and I'll call you back in a couple of days. I don't know who that lady was, what she did, but it was off my credit. They called me and told me, you have the place. So now me and my daughter are in a 2-bedroom, refurbished. I mean, like, it's really nice, like brand new carpet, everything. Like, I was crying to Claude one time in his office, and I'm like, see, now I'm gonna have to go in here, and I'm with roaches, and I'm gonna be over here in this bad neighborhood. Everybody's gonna be using. Now, how I'm gonna stay clean then? I mean, just my head was everywhere, but I got blessed with that home. And not only did I get blessed with that home and that job, my home is 3 blocks away from my job. So if my car breaks down, I could walk to work still. So I've had a lot of blessings just by being sober, you know, and doing the right thing is just the best thing ever. I've had the greatest people that I worked with at Avivo. You know, I've had some really rough days, you know. At my age, at 52 now, it was just hard because there was younger kids in there, you know, younger girls, and I'm like, I don't even fit in with these people. Like, you know, it was really hard and really stressful. But I have to say all the employees there and everything that was just there, they always, you know, tell you, you can do this, you can make it. They'll let you sit there cry. You know, I mean, just whatever it is that's gonna get you from day to day to day to day to day to get you to where I'm at now. Right now, you know, with my job and everything going on in my life, I've had, like the video says, I've had every test and trial that you can imagine. That normally I would have went back and just said, forget it, I'm gonna continue using, but I pushed myself through it, and I keep pushing myself through it. And I look back and I always play that tape all the way through to where, now if you do this, this is what's gonna happen. So that's how I make it through there, but I learned all that through Avivo. I learned, you know, a lot of things about myself through Avivo that I really didn't know, you know. I was able to do a lot of healing while I was in Avivo, to where I can actually sit up here and talk to you guys today without falling out on the floor crying. The one thing I could say that I'm really thankful for is, you know, I spent, you know, we did one project where we wrote down how much we spent on our drugs, and technically right now I should be a millionaire. But I'm not. So, but it's okay. Because with my job and with me not smoking right now, I have money saved up. I have 401k now, like, yeah, so I am trying to live that life, you know, honestly, you know, and I just want to say that, you know, Avivo is the place. You know, if you're going to support anybody, Avivo should be it. I have seen so many women come and go, but if you're able to take your child with you so your child can see you get better and your child likes you now, you know, maybe not all the times, but she does, you know, all my children. So I have 3, 31, 20, and 11. They're all 10 years apart. So, yeah, it's just, I don't, the words are just, I could just say so much about it because it's just really a blessing to me. I really want to thank my mom because she's always been my big supporter. And, yeah, she had her foot on my neck all the time, but, you know, it's, you know, I was just being, you know, that addict, like, you know. My sister, my god sister, she's always been there for me, never judged me at all, you know, and she opened up a sober house, and I'm like, can I come stay over there? But instead, you know, I went to Avivo. I have been clean for 2 years, 7 months. July 15, I'll be 3 years clean. And I want to thank Claude. I have to thank Claude. There's been so many times where I came in there and I just sat down and I'm like, I don't even know what to do. Like, why are these people doing this? And why is this happening? And why is this? And can you fix this for me? Can you, you know, and would cry, and he would just sit there and he would listen to me, but he would always give me the honest answer. You know, he didn't try to sugarcoat stuff with me to make me feel better. He always just told me the truth. And he always let me know, this is not an easy road, but you just keep on going, you know. And so I learned a lot from him. And I'm glad he's here this evening because he was a big part of my recovery, little do you know. But I just wanted to say, you guys have a good evening. Thank you very much for letting me share my story. And hopefully, you know, we can see a lot more of me's in the community, thanks to Avivo.
Let's give Tisha a round of applause for sharing her personal story for us and her journey with Avivo. It takes a lot of courage to do that. And as she mentioned Claude's name, I don't think there's anyone in this room who doesn't know who he is. And as I heard Kelly utter, one of the best human beings in the world, she's right. Claude is just that, one of the best human beings in the world, who has so much love and compassion and shares it with all of us. Give him a round of applause as well. I hope you all are as inspired as I am with this program this evening, and thank you again To Ashley, Michaela, and Ryan. Give them a round of applause. Thank you to Tisha Johnson. Thank you to all who made this evening possible. That's the Avivo staff, Avivo volunteers, and Christopher Herman Productions. Give them all a round of applause, please. Once again, congratulations to everyone who won our silent auction items. Winners, you can pick up your items at the silent auction table at the end of the event, which is just in a couple minutes. I want to thank you guys for giving tonight and believing everyone deserves a chance to live well and work well. Thank you so much for being the angels that people need today in their lives. You guys are changing lives. You guys are helping families thrive. Thank you so much. Please have a pleasant evening. Safe travels home. Remember to tell your neighbors and friends about Avivo. They can always donate online, even though it's not tonight's event. Have them donate because you know the work that you're doing.